One of the most important parts of the new CARES Act, the stimulus bill, is also the most confusing, in my opinion. In our office is abuzz the past couple days because of this very thing. I've got that coming up. This is today's Next Wise Step video. My name is Mike Bernard. I am the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners and owners here at Korhorn Financial Group. Today is April 1st. It's Fool's Day. And I know everyone woke up today thinking, I hope this was all just some April Fool's joke. It is not. And this is the reality that we are in. But hey, greater days will come. This shall pass. We will get through this. So one of the ways to help all of us get through this is the CARES Act, the new economic stimulus, the largest one on record. And I've been doing these daily videos to help break that down for you. But then also, it's not going to stop there. We'll talk about the markets. We'll talk about planning considerations. I've got a full list of topics that we're going to be hitting each and every day. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications and give me that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Leave comments and questions below. I will get back to you. So, okay, so you know, this whole economic stimulus thing, when the economy just sort of stopped, businesses, obviously individuals were impacted because businesses needed to shut down and close, and then customers stopped going. It was this big domino, this big cycle, right? And so individuals are hurting, businesses are hurting as well. And so let me ask you this. We've already talked about the big unemployment package, the unprecedented expansion to the unemployment benefits that are helping so many individuals. But for businesses, if you have a product to sell or you have a service to give, but you're not able to deliver that service and you have revenue stop, how are you supposed to continue to pay your bills? For the employees that are essential, for the team members that are essential to keep your business operational if you're not completely shut down. If the revenue stopped, how are you supposed to pay your people? Well, enter the CARES Act, and I tell you, this is one of the most important parts of the stimulus is the aid that it's providing to small businesses. I'm not talking about the aid to the airline industry and the healthcare industry and others. That's really, really big business, and that's going direct to them and their stipulations. We're not going to get into that. I'm talking about small business locally here, likely the business that you work for or the business that you own. The sad thing is, even though within the CARES Act, there's tons of aid and benefit to help these small businesses, in my opinion, it is the most confusing part of the entire law. And it's not just me who believes that. Let me just tell you, we've sent out an email to all of our clients just saying, hey, some of the details are out about the stimulus stuff and how it affects small businesses. Our internal, one of our internal financial advisors, CFPs, Jared Moxness, also a CPA, he's going to be the point person on this. If you have questions, contact him. His phone was ringing off the hook within 15 minutes of us sending that email. So I would tell you still, if you need help interpreting all of this, we're here to help here at Korhorn Financial Group. Jared Moxness, CPA, CFP, is our point person, but we've got a whole team of people that can help you. So if you need help, reach out to us. But I want to talk about a couple different things baked into the law that impacts your small business. Whether you work for one, you're going to want to know these details, and certainly if you own one, you're going to want to know these details immediately. The big one is something called the Paycheck Protection Program. This, if you own a small business, you've likely already heard of this or you've heard rumors, and this is the loan that you can apply and get for that's through the SBA, the Small Business Association, but it's completely guaranteed by the government through this act, and they've streamlined the process. If you've ever done an SBA loan before, you know the process is mind-boggling. They've streamlined the process. You still need to get a bunch of data to substantiate your request for the loan, but it's less than it was before. So the rumor here is, well, these loans can be forgiven. Well, I like that loan, right? Who wouldn't borrow money and then say, well, I'm not going to pay you back. Don't worry about it. So that's what's baked in here, and it's all because of the reason I just laid out for you, and that is when revenue stops for these businesses, if they don't have a lifeline, how are they going to survive? If businesses can't survive, especially small business, which is the lifeblood of our economy, if small businesses can't survive, then we've got darker days ahead. So enter the Paycheck Protection Program. And what you're able to do is you're going to go through a small business association loan, work with an approved lender to do that. And there's up to, I believe it's $349 billion to loan out. So this isn't a guarantee that everyone's going to get this. Do it as soon as possible. The application period starts on April 3rd for small businesses, and it closes on June 30th, but don't wait. Get it going right away. If you're self-employed, then you can also take advantage of this. Your application date starts April 10th. Now, what's the benefit? There's lots of details. I told you this is probably the most confusing part of the entire law, but just the highlight is this is a loan that you get up to $10 million, but really the cap is 2.5 times your average monthly payroll. Okay, that's the loan amount, and the amount that then is forgiven that you don't need to pay back is the amount of that you use for payroll and some mortgage, rent, and utilities over the next 8 weeks after you get the loan. There's a lot of confusion around this. So the loan amount is 2.5 times your average monthly payroll, and the amount that is forgiven is how much of that you use over the next 8 weeks. Okay? Any loan amount that's remaining, you have 6 months where you are deferring that payment. You don't have to start paying on that for 6 months, and hopefully that forgiven amount will be a significant amount. Now, if you're just an individual listening to this and saying, well, that's not fair, how are these businesses getting all of this money? That is necessary. Again, revenue for many small businesses has just stopped. So jump on this if it applies to you. If you have questions, reach out to your certified financial planner. Certainly reach out to our team. Again, Jared Moxness is going to take the lead on this, but our entire team is here to help you get answers and help you take your next wise step in this area. 2 other things that I'll just quickly mention. I'm not going to get into the details, but for small businesses, the next one that I'm encouraging almost everyone to take advantage of if you own a small business is the payroll tax deferral, okay? And this is basically saying that any business, you're allowed to delay the payroll tax that you pay into the government. And so it's all around this idea that cash is king. And if you're not aware, out of every paycheck, the employee pays FICA, right? But your company, the employer, matches that. They pay FICA for you as well. And that goes into paying the Social Security system and paying into Medicare. They just call it payroll tax, not FICA. And so eligible businesses can delay paying that payroll tax for a couple of years, actually. So look into that. You still owe that tax. But if you don't have to pay it for a year or 2, then that keeps more cash in your pocket. Plan for it, but cash is king right now, and so that's another provision. And then the last one I'm going to hit here is related to payroll tax as well, and that is certain businesses, if you qualify, can get a credit for your for the pay that for the salaries, for the wages that you pay your employees. This is a credit for keeping employees on your payroll if your revenue has dropped significantly, and they define significant as a 50% drop over the same quarter a year ago. So you got to be financially really impacted by this, and many businesses are. But if you're really severely impacted and you still have employees on the books, then you could qualify for a tax credit and basically have a credit for the payroll that you're paying to your employees. That credit comes to you by a reduction in the payroll taxes that you pay. So you can already tell, if you've made it this far in this video, you can already tell I was right, that these are really important benefits that are probably the most confusing thing in the entire law. There's even more to that small businesses need to consider. Some enhancements to net operating losses and a different way to accelerate some depreciation on certain income properties. And so anyway, lots of provisions in here. If you own a small business, your professional advisors are more important to you now than ever. If you don't already have that team assembled, you're going to be scratching your head wondering what to do. Reach out to your certified financial planner. Your certified financial planner is really the quarterback working with your CPA, working with your bank and your lender, and they should tie it all together to know what's the right thing for you. Details, I'm seeing emails from bankers, I'm seeing emails from attorneys that have small typos in them, and I don't think they're typos, I think it's misunderstandings. This is very confusing. It's been pushed upon you very, very quickly, so work with the right team and get the right help. All right, I think that's it for today. You're now ready to go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.